making. Money making. We are back to our previous discussion with regard making of money online. It's what we are expected to know. I know that some of my consistent followers are aware that I am into property business. I deal with property, okay, and I have some document here that might give you enough insight, enough knowledge, and enough ideas if in case you are interested in property business. Okay, we buy if you are interested in buying of properties like house, land, or whatever, any property, any landed property. If you are interested, then this video is for you. Okay, there are some books you actually need to go through, and likewise the document I have with me here, because before you venture into any property, it is essential that you have enough knowledge and enough information about it before you venture into it, else you may not be successful doing that particular properties. Okay, I have here, if you have your first auction deal, okay, your first auction deal, okay, this is auction. Your first auction deal, your first auction deal is about the first house you bought, perhaps refurbished, and maybe resell, or maybe it is stay with you and you are using it. You are accepted some tenant there to occupy it, and they are paying you monthly rent. And from all your deals, tax are expected. That is, if you are a businessman or a person who reside in this particular country, it is a tax-paying country. So your tax are expected to be paid constantly to the government. Okay, but businesses, it is also an economy that welcome all businessmen and women. If you are creative, perhaps lucrative, you will definitely strive hard, and I can assure you, you will be successful in this part of the world, because it is a friendly environment, perhaps a friendly society. Okay, so this is, if you are a landlord in the UK or this country, and if you have some other houses with you, or maybe you have purchased, you have bought other houses, this is a document that you are expected to know about. Okay, your first auction deal is always the most difficult one, and the reason why I said this is always the most difficult one is because as a starter, you are exposed to a lot of danger and a lot of risks in the midst of little or no capital. Okay, yes, that is it. In the midst of little or no capital, your first auction deal is always the most difficult. The reason why is because at that first time you may not have enough capital, and you may struggle dealing with loans or repaying back loans, okay, with interest, and that is it. But once you've been able to overcome or survive your first auction deal, or you've escaped, then the next one will be easier, will be much more easier than your first one, because you've already started acquiring some experiences, and you are becoming more stable with regard to your finances and capital. Okay, after you bought your first house, you bought the second one, maybe the second one you want to use it for business, and you are going to make the payment, but if you don't have enough capital at that time, you may be qualified or eligible for loan. Okay, and if you are lucky enough, you are qualified or eligible for loan, you may be given loan. It is worth paying for. Okay, if you get loan for this kind of a business, I think it is perfect. It's a good deal. Okay, so once you've been able to secure a good loan to pursue your goals and acquire the house, you will be expected to refurbish it. You will refurbish it, you spend on it. That is to make it, that is to renovate every part of the house and make it habitable to be lived in. Okay, you may now calculate all the expenses you have made, all your costs. All right, okay, and before you decide maybe to resell it. And if you don't want to resell it, yeah, you can go ahead and continue making use of it for a business. There are a lot of people looking for houses to be rented. In this part of the world, rent are paid monthly, not yearly. Rent are paid on monthly basis. So all landlords receive their rent payment every month, depending on how the arrangement is made with their tenant. Are you following now? So that is it. So after secure your payment, your loan, you go ahead to get a house. Then you also think of refurbishing it. If you refurbish it, and maybe at the end of the maybe at the end of everything, you spend maybe £200,000 buying the house and £10,000 refurbishing the house, total of £210,000. If you decide to resell it, you may be lucky enough to sell it at £280,000, and that is a difference of £70,000. You can see how it is. It's a very cool money, cool deal. It's a very it's a cool money making. Which work are you going to do within a month or within 2 months in order for you to be able to raise £70,000? Where are you going to see it? There's a lot of money in properties. There's good money in property. Properties generate money a lot. Most of these people you are seeing, all these wealthy men, all these wealthy women all over the world, they acquired a lot of properties. They don't need to overstress themselves. They don't need to work hard. They don't need to be worried about anything. The properties they have acquired is generating their wealth. That's what they are generating their wealth from. Honestly. And this is why many Nigerian youth, or perhaps all youth, every part of the world, are expected to be creative, lucrative. You need to have that spirit of entrepreneurship, that spirit of investment, savings and investment. And that is it. Real estate, in fact, it is quite moving everywhere. There is no place you can be in this world you will not hear about real estate business, real estate development, investment and saving towards real estate business. It's a very good business. If only many of us are very serious minded about it, you will make a lot of money from it. So try as much as you can to see how you can develop yourself towards this area. Okay? So your first option is always the most difficult. You have your date, your first appointment, because before you buy a house, you have to check how the house is. You have to take a look at the environment and everything. You get that right, okay? And after that, you negotiate with the owner. Once you negotiate, you as a businessman, the best you can do is to make sure you price that house at least as you can buy, as cheap as possible. So if you are very lucky to get a house at a very cheap price, that's a big kudos for you. It's a big deal. Okay? So once you have been able to secure the house with a very little amount as you can afford, it means you are very lucky. Then the more your chances of becoming success, you will have more chances of becoming successful in the business. Are you following now? So try as much as you can to let your client know that you are very serious with regard to business. So after that, you are definitely going to have many more appointments ahead. It depends on you. If you like, you can have as many houses as possible, as long as you are very serious in that particular area of business or field. So after you bought your first one, you generate money from it. I can assure you within 6 months or within even 4 months, you will have enough money to even go and get your second house. After you've gotten your second house, you could be generating money from your first one, you'll be generating money from your second one. You can as well go ahead and occupy your third house. Before you know what, you are landlord of landlord. You are having enough houses and you are already in money. If you take a look at this man, Paul Smith, he's well known everywhere. He's a billionaire. There are many properties, there are many billionaires who are specialized or expert in this particular field, properties. So why can't many of us think of doing something like this? You show interest. I will recommend many books you will read that will boost your morale and that will give you enough insight, perhaps ideas, perhaps knowledge with regard everything you are expected to know. And that is it, because you need to know about it. If you don't know anything about it, you can't just stumble into it. If you rush into it, you will rush out. You say you get that now. So that is it. So there are many more other areas where you can generate income for yourself. This is not the only area. There are many more. And this is why I have always informed people, young men, people looking for money, come here and subscribe to my YouTube. There are many more to be discussed. And this is about property business. Okay? Another topic is coming as soon as possible.